one of the teams that has the biggest room for growth in what is still a tight Western Conference, to your point.
There's no doubt. And you know, I mean, I look at the Mavericks, and obviously Luka is a great player. There's no doubt. But I think Minnesota has more depth on their roster, and they have more talent. The Kings have been a great story. They've done a really nice job. The Clippers have been up and down. And, of course, I think, you know, obviously you got Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. I mean, that Clipper team was supposed to be a top 6 team. This has been just a strange season. Suns, Warriors, I mean...
Edwards, oh, explosion. The tail with this left hip, Jim Pete. Jim Pete is a wild one. One thing's for sure, as Finch mentioned before the game, that he's a gamer. Probably should not be in the ball game right now, but he loves playing. He wants to show up for his teammates. Squad down 15 now with 1:23 to go. And Bogdanovich is at the free throw line. I asked Chris Finch about Anthony Edwards and playing through pain and fighting through adversity, and he called Ant a trooper, and he loved to play. He's one of only 12 guys, by Finch's count, who has started every game this season. And he's talked to Ant about taking pride in playing every night, because that's what you see from the best players in the NBA.
And he's coachable, and that's what people talk a lot about.
Bogdanovich couldn't save it.
They don't stay with Minnesota.
14 on the shot clock. Rivers inside. Edwards, left hand, got the roll. Edwards has started to heat up in the last few minutes. He's up to 19 points now, 6 assists. And Hamidou Diallo is done for the night.
He played a heck of a game. He played hard. I mean, 18 points on 7 of 8 shooting for Hamidou Diallo. 5 rebounds. I mean, he really showed out coming off the bench again.
The Wolves are going to fall to 11-11 against teams below 500 as Bay gets the throw down. And one of the issues in both of these games with the Pistons and against some of the inferior opponents, when the Wolves get up on a run earlier, they almost expect that initial punch to knock the opponent out. But it's a long ball game. Be the 19th turnover of the night. Pistons with 15 points off of those turnovers. The Wolves bench dominated the first half, but in the second half, it's been the Pistons bench having a monster third and fourth quarters, outscoring the Wolves bench for the game now 44-39. Free throws for Bojan Bogdanovich. His 9th season missing on that first free throw. Oh, he passed Toni Kukoc in our game. He passed Toni Kukoc for second most points by a Croatian player in NBA history.
How about that?
You know who's number 1? Peja Stojakovic. Peja Stojakovic.
Was he a great shooter?
He's got a 4,000-point advantage on Bogdanovich.
How about that?
First all-time among Croatian players to get into the association.
Talk about a gunslinger. Peja Stojakovic.
Yes.
Did it, of course, at a elite level for the Sacramento Kings, but for the Pelicans as well, and Dallas Mavericks.
Wolves were able to get their winning streak to 4. And unfortunately, they've run into a Pistons team once again on the second half of a back-to-back had more energy and fight tonight. Pistons take the turnover. 18.8 on the game clock. Fortunately for the Wolves, things are tight in the Western Conference. Nuggets are taking on the Suns this evening. And then the Suns will make their way to the Twin Cities to face these Timberwolves on Friday night in a big ball game. Our final score, the Pistons